ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Epic Live. I am your host, as always, JJ Jefferson, our athletic and event coordinator, and I am super excited about our episode today because we're actually kicking off the road to Destiny. That's right. For those of you that have been following all the professional wrestling that's been going on here at the Epic, we are on the road to Destiny, and my special guests that I have with me today are three of the hottest stars MPX has to offer right now. They are the Scorn. We've got rugged Gabe Wilder. We've got the Mad Prince, Tommy Prince, and we've got Hilda joining us tonight. How are you guys doing?
Ooh, very scorny.
Always scorny.
Yeah, I'm feeling really scorny right now about this interview. It's going to be great.
I'm here for it. I feel all of the scorn. The energy is in the room. And the energy has actually been really palpable as we build toward Destiny. So let's backtrack just a little bit because the official road started with the Texas Rumble. So Gabe, Tommy, I'll start with you guys because you were in the Texas Rumble. It didn't go the way either one of you wanted, probably.
No.
But how were you feeling about the Texas Rumble and just that night?
Well, I was just happy to see my brother return to the ring finally.
Yes.
For good, that he's cleared and that we're all back together again.
Yeah, I can't. There's some things that are a little weird, but I'm so happy to be back at MPX in front of all of the amazing addicts that are there because those 2 months away were a very unscorny time.
That 2 months felt like a very, very long time. So I was glad to see you back. Happy to see you back. Happy that you're recovering. And I'm happy that you guys made it through the Texas Rumble because, like I said, we're on the road to Destiny now.
That was our fourth Rumble. We were hoping for more, but hey, we did what we could, and we just stayed scorny the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes,
If it wasn't for Mikey B and Big J, it could have been the scorniest Rumble that MPX has ever had.
Shrek and Donkey.
I love it. Shrek and Donkey. I need that on a t-shirt, like, soon. We'll be in touch about that one.
Just
I love
came
that.
Just gotta Photoshop their faces. You put Big J, Shrek, and then you Photoshop out Donkey's face and put it on Mikey's. It'll be great.
'Cause he's
But he
a
already
jackass.
looks like an ass, so why would we have to Photoshop it?
That's true. That's true.
That is true, but that's coming soon. That's down the road. I know you guys have your beef with Mikey B and J, as so do the addicts. But Hilda, going to you, the Texas Rumble, you were in a women's championship match with Erica Torres. Again, it may not have went the way you wanted to, but what's your takeaway from that?
Well, I mean, Erica and I have faced many, many times, and this time she has shown herself. She has proven herself to be a stronger competitor than when I had faced her originally. So to show the growth that she's had for herself, I was just more than honored to have a shot at that title. But I'm not done, because it will be my destiny to become the second ever MPX Women's Champion.
And it's gonna be so scorny when it happens. We're gonna have the scorniest celebration back at home.
And then all of the Scorn will be wearing gold because,
gold.
yes, we are on the road to Destiny, but we are also defending our tag titles all the way. And with us, I hope, and honestly, the Scorn will provide for us that we go through Destiny with the MPX tag titles.
I love the energy. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and that actually was one of the things I was going to talk to you guys about because you didn't get to defend the tag titles at the Texas Rumble, but I'm not going to put the spoiler out there. You kind of alluded to it. You guys have any idea of what Destiny holds for you guys?
Honestly, no.
Look at that. Just so insane. No. We don't know what it holds for us. This is like our first time as champions where who is there to compete with us?
That is true. I mean, when you take a look at your resume, I mean, you guys have gone through, if I have to say, pretty much the entire tag division. I mean, Purple Haze, strong competitors, but you guys have knocked them down. The TWC, on multiple occasions, you guys have knocked down. Los Reyes, you guys have knocked down on multiple occasions. So I don't know who's left. I mean, is there anyone left that can handle the Scorn?
I'm not sure if there's anyone left because even with Tommy out, I was kicking some butt as tag champ, and they couldn't even handle it with me.
Yeah,
Three
she
times.
actually
So-
defended
She
it
did
more
it.
than I have.
Yep. He's defended it twice. She's defended it 3 times.
That is very
Successfully.
true. I was actually there the night that Gabe, Hilda, you guys defended against Sky and Matt Locke. Matt Locke was talking a lot of noise, wanting Hilda the entire match, and when you got in there,
He got me.
you handled your own.
He got exactly what he wanted, and I got that 1, 2, 3, exactly what I wanted.
Scorny business.
Such a scorny match.
I love
And
it.
he got scorned for sure.
Yes.
The scorn definitely happened that night. I wonder how many times we're gonna say scorned in one episode. We should have some kind of counter down
A
here that
scorn
just keeps
counter?
a scorn counter.
Who's counting?
I love it.
I don't even know where we're at right
We're
now.
gonna eclipse the
I'm gonna guess
record or
8.
something.
Maybe 10.
Maybe 10. Let's start at 10 and see how
10.
many more we work our way up to by the end of the night. But speaking of the end of the night, the highlight of the Texas Rumble, and it hurts my soul to say this, but I'm saying it anyway. Aaron Eagle won the Texas Rumble, is going on to Destiny, which will be here at the Epic. And the headline, as of now, is Aaron Eagle versus Tommy Becker for the MPX title. And I just want to ask this as a side question. Which way are you guys leaning in that match? Are you more...
Oh, I'm
Team
definitely
Tommy.
more Tommy.
It's
Team
easy.
Becker.
Becker,
Team
of course.
Becker.
I mean, if you've noticed, even when Becker held the MPX Addicts title, he beat Aaron Eagle for that too,
That he did.
and took him out with his ankle. So,
And we have a little past with Aaron Eagle.
Yeah.
yes,
Oh.
we do.
As
He's called himself a hero, and he was, I guess, the hero for a little bit. But like we always knew, just like when he came in, he is just so arrogant.
self-absorbed to where he is actually the villain of the people.
Exactly, and the Aaron Eagle that you're seeing now, those are his true colors. Don't
Yep.
let him fool you.
Yep.
He literally whacked me in the back with a hockey stick and almost choked out Gabe with a belt.
I can definitely see the villain era. This past weekend show at MPX was Heroes and Villains. I finally got to watch the second half because I wasn't there in attendance. But I saw the betrayal, the turn, the backstab. I don't
He is
even know.
not Scorny, by the way. He's not the Scorny boy.
Scorniness.
He's not
No.
the Scorny
He
boy.
had the opportunity to be the Scorny boy, but he showed he doesn't want to be that. He gets to be a sidekick now.
With us, you're an equal. We are all equals in the Scorn.
Yeah.
But he chose to be a sidekick.
He'd rather be lesser.
Shamed.
That is very true. And for those of you that don't know who I was referring to, I was talking about the Golden Boy, or should I say Golden Sidekick?
Yep.
Caleb Riley, who we all witnessed this past weekend, which was actually getting a lot of love from the Addicts, and then disappeared in your tag team match, which you guys still handled the TWC 2-on-3.
We thought he
they
got
did.
beat up in the back.
Yeah.
Because they just beat us up right during the entrance when we were waiting for him.
Maybe it's because he didn't like Golden Scorny.
It was a bad name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said
Not-
we
not
were
our best work.
workshopping
Not
it,
our
though.
best work.
We were
but-
going to workshop it.
Yeah.
I mean, you still had options. You had the Golden Scorn. You had the Scorny Boys, because he liked to play off of the Golden Boys. So there were some options there if he felt like he was
He
being
doesn't
left
deserve
out.
Scorny boys.
That,
Definitely
well,
doesn't. But also, who has gold around their waist right now? These two.
Not
who doesn't?
Eagle.
Eagle. And who won't after Destiny?
But you know
Eagle.
what? Thank you to Mr. Legs. Oh, I love that guy.
Randy and Lenny Left Leg are somewhere celebrating, and I know Mr. Legs is celebrating as well. And that kind of leads me to the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the celebration that we have going on here at the Epic, because we've been doing a lot of professional wrestling lately. We've had MPX in the building. We've had the Wrestling Revolver in the building, and they're going to be in the building again this weekend, Saturday night, February 17th, for What a Show. But I want to get you guys' opinion, because you were actually part of the first Revolver MPX joint show, Texas Toasted, and you guys got to hang your hats in the ring with one of, if not, the best tag teams on the planet in ABC, Chris Bay and Ace Austin. So how are you guys feeling about everything that's been cooking here at the Epic lately?
That was such a Scorny moment for us. Like, that was the highlight of our career. Of we got to face part of the Bullet Club. the ABC.
We got to really see if we could hang with people on that level, and I feel like we more than proved we could.
Right, no, without a doubt. I mean,
Yes.
the people loved you guys. As soon as your music hit, everybody was getting Scorny in the audience all throughout the night, the entire match.
It was
People were on their
crazy.
feet. I mean, that energy that's here, and you wouldn't think that because this is a recreation center. It's not an event center. It's not a conference center. It's not a stadium. But how did you guys feel about the energy you got that night?
The echoes. It was a new
Insane.
feeling for us.
It was like it's
It
like one of the biggest
intensified.
crowds we'd ever wrestled in front of.
Yeah.
Feeling all that energy coming from all those people just like fuels you to want to go in there and hit everything even harder and make everything look that much better just because you have all these eyes on you.
Right.
And it gives you that much more adrenaline.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear it. The entire arena that when they were out there erupted. We got some Scorn chants from people who've never seen them wrestle
Hearing
before.
Scorny chants. That's what got
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Warring chants between Scorny and ABC. That's insane.
Yeah, no, that was definitely one of the highlights of the night for me from Texas Toasted because that was literally echoing. Like, I was on the other side of the building doing something, but all you heard, ABC, let's go, Scorny, ABC. And it was literally throughout the entire match. So I know that definitely hangs high with you guys. And just being here for the second show that we did, Tales from the Ring, you didn't get to perform on that card, but what was your takeaway from being
We were
fans?
on
We
that
I
actually
know.
card.
did.
Oh, wait,
We faced Purple Haze.
that's right. It was a surprise match.
Yeah.
It wasn't announced. So, again, two of the tag teams that MPX has to offer. What was your takeaway from that night?
We may have let the scortiness get a little to us that night
It
because
got
we
us.
didn't come away with the win. But that was even more fun match. And like
Because that was our first time wrestling Purple Haze.
Yeah.
Even though they've been in MPX for a little bit, we have never gotten to really do anything with them until that match.
Right.
And honestly, it was still fun. Just know when the outcome happens, it happens.
I will say,
But just right after when you lay there and you're like, damn, that was good.
I will say, taking that finisher, it looks really pretty on video.
I bet it hurt.
It did. It hurt a lot, but it looks really pretty when I look at it.
No, I'm definitely going to have to go rewatch that one because I know there's been a lot of action from, Texas Toasted. We had Tales from the Ring. And then this upcoming weekend, what a show. And I'm excited to talk to you guys about that here in just a little bit, too. But before we get to that, let's go back to the road to Destiny. Because as I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast, we're going to be doing a little mini-series for the next 4 weeks. Can you believe it? We're 4 weeks away from the biggest show that MPX has ever put on.
The scorniest show that
The
MPX has
scorniest,
ever put
the
on.
scorniest show that MPX has ever put on, and we are 4 weeks away, and it's gonna be here at the Epic. How do you guys feel? And this is kind of for all 3 of you, but how are you feeling seeing MPX step out of their doors, really for the first time in history, doing a show that big in a venue like this?
It's really great to see, honestly, just
It is.
knowing the history of it and where it started, starting in a backyard and then moving to a gym and then getting their own space where they can put the shows on weekly,
Right.
and now in a venue where it almost
It
like
will
doubles
eclipse,
our own capacity rating.
Right.
I mean, just seeing that growth from the moment it switched owners is tremendous, and it's just amazing to watch and just be a part of for me. I mean, I love every opportunity we've been given, and this is just another opportunity for us to showcase that we are the best weekly wrestling show in Texas.
Yes.
Facts.
That is true. Gabe, what about you? You didn't get to throw your thoughts out there. I think
I'm
you
just so excited.
soaking it all
it's
in.
Gonna be
So
so
scorny.
good. It's gonna be super scorny. I'm definitely excited about getting in there and showing a new crowd pretty much of just what MPX has to offer
Right.
on in a way bigger stage.
Right.
Because
Just
we
for more
have our
people.
like fans that are always there, but this is like the opportunity to branch out and bring in more people. That way, we have more opportunities to do stuff like this.
And
For
to
sure.
show everybody else why we love MPX as much as we do.
For sure. No, it's definitely going to be a celebration. Indeed, it is 4 weeks away. You can get your tickets at mpxwrestling.com. like they mentioned, MPX is the best weekly running wrestling show here in the state of Texas. I will echo that. We've got a few hundreds, getting close to a few thousands. I've seen the numbers on Twitch, the weekly Twitch streams, the weekly shows. I mean, the addicts are faithful, and I can't wait to see how many addicts are going to pack out the house here at the Epic March 16th for Destiny. Let's go back to What a Show, because I've been dying and itching to get your thoughts on what is coming up this weekend.
It's probably going to be one of their biggest shows.
It is, yeah. But
Like,
first,
they-
I just want to say their names. Texas Toasted, What a Show. I am loving every
Tales
single
from
time.
the ring.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh! But the matches I'm like most excited for. I'm excited to watch Speedball versus Elijah.
Yes.
Like it's Elijah's debut there, and Speedball's like one of the most busy people on the independent scene.
Yeah.
And his technique is flawless as someone who loves kicks and martial arts.
Yes. What
I'm
about you
always
guys?
enjoying Palmer. Every time I see Palmer, no matter
Palmer.
what he's doing, it's just so
Papa Scorn.
entertaining. Papa's
Father of Scorny time.
Yep, there it is. Father Scorn time.
I love it. But I got to ask you guys, because I saw the last Revolver show, the very first one they did this year. Palmer's kind of going in a new direction. Like, he's ditching the Monster Hunter vibe, and he's going for the genius Palmer. But he's, like we talked about with Eagle, and I hate to put those two in the same sentence, but Palmer's itching closer to that villain side a little bit. I mean...
Well, people haven't been taking him seriously.
There's
They just
that.
think
It's
he's
true.
some guy who goes out there and messes around. But really, he's someone who's been around the business for so long.
Right.
He knows more. He's probably forgotten more about wrestling than he remembers. And he deserves more respect in that aspect. So I understand why he's frustrated.
And you can't compare the two. I mean, Palmer is a true genius.
That
and
he is.
Just because he
And
has
he
villain
helped save
tendencies doesn't mean
MPX.
he's evil.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
It's just he's probably done it all too. So now he's just in the phase of what is going on. How can he keep evolving as he goes? So I feel like it's the right movement, the right way for him.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned evolving, because he's taking on player one, Vert Vixen, in a first time ever match, which I did not have that on my wrestling bingo card at all for this year.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of torn. Like, it's a 50-50 for me. I feel like that match could go either way. Like, Palmer could just run away with the match. Vert could run away with the match. They could go to a draw. Honestly, I think that's how good of a match it could be. What are your takeaways on that one?
I think it's gonna be a really great match.
Oh, for sure.
Like back and forth, but I gotta give it to Palmer. He's my trainer.
I mean, yeah, and with that experience that Palmer has, he might take it from Vert, even though I love Vert so much.
Because
Yeah.
Vert is an amazing wrestler. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been
Oh,
on
hands down.
ROH in AEW a lot lately.
Yeah.
So that's just a testament to how good she is.
I'm just gotta go with the experience on this one. Palmer's got it.
I love it. Speaking of experience and speaking of AEW, another first time ever match that we're seeing, and this is really testament to what Revolver does for pro wrestling. Brian Keith, one of the biggest names in Texas wrestling,
Our guy.
who just recently got signed with AEW less than, 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Maybe.
3 weeks ago, something like that. But he's on the card, and he's taking on Mansoor. What are your thoughts on that one?
I am so excited for that match. I've gotten to wrestle Brian Keith before, and that was such a learning experience. I did not win. I definitely did not win. And once I was in the ring with him, it was obvious why. That man is just like on another level good.
Right.
But getting to face Mansoor, it's gonna be like another coming out party for him. Like, I'm so glad he's on AEW because he's that dang good.
Right.
Yep. I would say it's gonna be a very unpredictable match because you
Very.
won't know what's gonna happen.
Right, because you've got two contrasting styles. I mean, for those that, followed wrestling, Mansoor, formerly from WWE, Maximum Male Models, tag team run, we never really saw a lot of what he could do in singles action. And then you've got Brian Keith, who's just been blazing trails left and right, not just in Texas, but Ring of Honor just recently with AEW. So that one's going to be a toss-up too. But I personally, I got to go with the hometown boy. I'm going with Brian Keith in that one.
Yep.
Definitely.
That crowd's
Definitely
gonna
Brian.
erupt for BK.
Oh, without a doubt. There's no better love of a wrestling fan than a Texas crowd. And
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
that is just testament across the board. And speaking of Texas native, Exodus Prime.
Our
Also,
boy.
our boy MPX grown. He's growing into his own. He's been on, AEW Dark. He's done some things. He's making names for himself.
I think
The
he was on
final
it
boss.
yesterday.
Yeah, I believe he was.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him because before we were all the Scorn,
Mhm.
I used to do work with him
Gotta
too.
bring that up.
I know, I'm sorry.
I had that on my notes and I skipped over it because I made the eye contact with Tommy.
He
And
forgave me though.
I'm glad you
in
brought
the
it up.
past. And X is a good guy now. I've seen his change too.
Yeah.
But
I
we've
definitely
been-
remember getting beaten up every week though. Every week.
Already said I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're all scorny now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scorny right now.
Dad
So-
already grounded
really
him. He's
scorny.
I
punished
got grounded.
enough.
I got punished.
It's really
Punished
scorny.
enough.
Scorny time.
But yeah, Exodus is in a fatal four-way for the first time ever. The Revolver World title is going to be on the line, and it's Alex Shelley defending against Exodus Prime, Alan Angels, and JD Griffey.
Oh, that's
I-
gonna be a wild one.
I gotta know what you guys are thinking about that because you guys are very familiar with both JD and with Exodus.
Yeah, JD's one is my best friend. He never lets me hug him, but
This
he's my
again.
best friend.
He doesn't hug you. He's
Yeah, but
obviously
we're
not
still
your best
friends, man. We were teammates once. That obviously means we're best friends.
Is JD coming on the show? You should ask him.
I'm trying to work that out. I just gotta get the connections for him and for X to be on here. Hopefully, if you're watching, we'll be in talk very soon.
But as much as I love those two, freaking Alex Shelley is one of my favorite wrestlers.
We got to do a
He's-
seminar with him.
And him and Palmer are like best buds right now.
Yeah, super best.
How
buds.
can I?
Uh-huh.
How can I not?
I can't.
How can I not give it to Alex Shelley? I mean, he's been wrestling on TV almost as long as I have been alive.
And
Not to call him old.
He's
Not
also
to call
wrestled
him old.
against other MPX talent as well, Kyrie Wright and
Uh-huh.
the champion Tommy Becker, in which
Uh-huh.
he succeeded. So
But
I have to give it to him.
X does have a chance because he defeated at the first Revolver show in Texas. He defeated Rich Swann,
Uh-huh.
and
is
that
true, is
that match was like
You
that was
can't
amazing.
take him.
That was
Banger.
dope.
You can't. And the
Banger.
funny thing about that, the second Revolver show, Tales from the Ring, X won the MPX Sudden Death Scramble.
Yep.
And he made the announcement after that show and literally said, and I quote here, he's undefeated in his home state. This is his town. The next time Revolver comes out, he wanted a champion and he got what he wanted. So I want to lean with Alex Shelley to retain, but I also want to lean with seeing X walk away as the new Revolver World Champion.
I mean, that would be amazing to see for all the opportunities and just to see him go on the other Revolver shows outside of Texas would be amazing. So if he can pull it off, I
It
am
could
rooting
also
for him.
get more eyes on MPX in that way because
That is
if
true.
he's seen there and they find out that he's from Texas and he's wrestled a lot at MPX, it could get us more eyes or just more eyes on Texas wrestling in general.
For sure. Gabe, what are you thinking?
I'm just happy for the dude. He's killing it. Just seeing how much he's grown, I'm just so proud of him.
No, that's great. You can tell that MPX, not just as fans to wrestlers as a community, but even the wrestlers behind the scenes, you guys are a close-knit community as well. So it's always good to see the love and the support. And that kind of leads me to the final MPX guy to be on the card. And I know Brick has been all over the place. Like, Brick has been tearing it up anywhere he goes. But I'm most excited for this one. Brick Savage against Jake something. Meat. Like, I know that chant's gonna
It's gonna be
erupt.
the scorniest meat match there is.
I cannot wait for that match.
I like that Scorny meat match.
Scorny meat match. There's got to be trending after this.
Hey, next if you're ever in one, It's Scorn. It's you and Brick. Scorny meat
Scorny
match.
meat match.
Scorny meat match.
Never gotten to face Brick.
I have.
Wasn't fun.
Yeah. I was in a lot of pain afterwards.
See,
But I got real scorny.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because the last person that was on this show was Demo Diamond, and Demo called out Brick, and now they have a one-on-one match that's upcoming soon.
Oh, I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can do it.
R.I.P. Demo.
All
R.I.P.
I
right,
can do
Demo.
it.
And he deserves it.
Yeah.
Demo.
That he
Yeah,
does.
Demo does deserve it.
Yeah.
But
After
All right, I
punching me,
can do
after
it.
punching me in the
I
face,
can do
yes,
it. I'm
he does.
scorny enough to beat Brick Savage. I'm scorny enough to beat Brick Savage. I don't care. I'll
Hey.
do it.
Let me get a shot. I've never even tried.
You can do it too.
Do
Oh,
you
no, I
want to
can.
try?
Of course.
I'm
That'd be
actually friends
awesome.
with Brick, so
I've
y'all
done
can
it.
have fun with that. I'm gonna
I
walk
mean,
on the
super
side.
and Brick
fun.
are cool, but it doesn't mean I don't
He
want to
loves the
wrestle him again.
Scorn.
And he loves me.
Yeah, see? He loves the Scorn.
There's already a connection, so I feel
Yeah,
like
y'all do tag together, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Me and Bricks have some connections, but y'all have fun if y'all wanna.
No, I think y'all have a
Connection.
Sorry, brother, but
I feel like the challenge has been laid out. I mean, like I said, Demo was on here. We started talking about Brick, and then a match happened out of nowhere. Not saying that I wouldn't root for you guys, because I damn sure would. But I'm also rooting for Brick too. But another dream match that I would not mind seeing down the road, whether
Don't
it's
blame me.
Tommy versus Brick, Gabe versus Brick, or
Triple
Scorn
threat.
versus Brick.
It's gonna. I know I'm gonna
That's
have to be
too
the
much scorny.
scorniest I've ever
It's probably
been
too much Scorny.
in my life to beat Brick Savage. But I believe I
Together,
can
though.
do it.
Together, though.
2-on-1 though.
It is unfair, though. I don't like it either.
I
But
mean,
he
it is
he
Brick
is like,
Savage.
he
it's
is
Brick Savage.
more than, well, he's almost close to our combined weight.
There
I
you go.
mean, they lift more than our combined weight.
That is true.
And he did throw a grown man from 12 to 6 to help save Davion Black and Cavens a couple weeks
That is
back.
true.
But
That is true.
That
He
7 foot
launched
tall
that
man.
giant.
yeah, like it was just light work. Like he flipped him, slammed him,
I
and
wonder if he could throw us into the ceiling.
I
Probably.
mean,
Ooh.
as high as I went and how easy it was for them to pick me up, I definitely think I could go into the
That'd be
ceiling in
cool to
MPX.
see.
If y'all face Brick, y'all are turning into Team Rocket, blasting off again.
Mm.
I'll come back down and stomp.
You know what? I love it. I love it. I love it. And I am so happy that you guys were able to join us today for this episode.
Yes.
We were able to talk What a Show, which if you have not gotten your tickets already, there are only a few tickets left. We are getting close to another, that's right, another sellout show. The first two was standing room only. People were still there all night long. This one is going to be another sellout show. So if you have not gotten your tickets, revolvertickets.com. I believe there's a final flash sale floating around somewhere on social media right now.
That's right.
So if you want to get $10 off your tickets, go use that final flash code. And like I said, right now we are at general admission only, so it will be another sellout show. But before we wrap things up, I kind of want to get your final takeaways, any predictions you have for What a Show, predictions you have for Destiny, excited about what's coming down the road. We'll start with Gabe.
We're excited for On the Road to Destiny, because even at Destiny, we're getting TNA star Trey Miguel.
Yes.
One of the rascals.
One of the rascals.
One of the rascals.
I feel like that if one
That's
of
a
us
dream
got
match
to wrestle
for
him,
us.
that'd be one
That's a dream match.
scorny match.
Oh, so scorny.
Rascal versus a scorny dude. Scorny girl.
I could see it. I wouldn't mind seeing the Rascals versus the Scorn in a dream tag team match down the
that'd be a dream for
road.
us.
That is a
goodness.
dream.
I would
I've
love
gotten
that.
to do a Trey Miguel
Hey,
seminar
it
before.
happened with ABC.
It was awesome.
It could happen with the Rascals.
Yes,
It's-
it could.
It sure could.
I
It
could
sure
only
could.
Imagine the scorny circle.
Oh, that scorny circle.
Would be so scorny.
It's
As
like
the Rascals
scorny
say.
circle of life.
Smoke them if you got them.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you gotta scorn him if you got him.
Combined
Yep.
weight of 420 right here.
Ah, there we go.
Mhm.
Scorn them if you got them.
So what's your
Scorn if you got 'em.
prediction though? What?
Sellout show for sure.
I mean, of
He's gonna get
course,
Going
scorny
back
both
to
game.
standing
shows.
room. Both
Revolver,
shows.
Destiny.
Oh yes, it's gonna sell out for MPX and it's gonna be so awesome. So scorny.
I
I'm
love
excited.
it. I love it. Hilda, what about you? Takeaways for what's coming up for Destiny, for What a Show. Final thoughts.
For what a show I'm just excited to be more of a fan and gonna get to just watch it for the first time. It's the first time we're not a part of it, unfortunately. But it's really going to be fun to just watch as a fan and really get to see all the matches that are on there. But for Destiny, my prediction is there's going to be 3 champions right here.
I love it. I love it. Tommy, what about you? Final thoughts.
I'm excited for What a Show just because, 1, I get to be a fan, and 2, I get to be in the back there and backstage and
Pick their brains.
Pick people's brains and learn from all of them and try and figure out ways to help me get closer to being where they are.
But I feel the same way. I just didn't say it all. I'm just
Destiny,
so
Destiny is going to be the scorniest night MPX has ever had. We're going to sell out. We're going to be at standing room only. We're going to get scorny. And there's a potential for 3 extra scorny matches. We might have a tag match. We might have a 6-person tag match. We might all have singles matches. Who knows? The scorny possibilities are endless. But people need to get their tickets for the show while they still can at www.mpxwrestling.com to have the scorniest night of your lives.
You don't want to miss it.
Forget it. Scorn.
That is right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another great episode of Epic Live. We are officially on the road to Destiny. Thank you to our partners, MPX, Metroplex Wrestling, the best weekly running Texas wrestling show here and everywhere. I mean, everyone is talking about MPX. It's only going to grow. It's only going to get scornier. And I, as a fan, as helping make this vision come true, I cannot wait to see you guys, not only at What a Show, but at Destiny, so we can all have the scorniest time together.
Yes.
Get your tickets, revolvertickets.com for What a Show this Saturday. Destiny is 4 weeks away. Get your tickets, mpxwrestling.com. Join us again for our next episode of Epic Live down the road. I am JJ. Thank you again, Gabe, Hilda, Tommy, the Scorn, for coming out, and we'll see you guys later on.
Thank you. Have a scorny night.
Have a scorny evening, everyone.
Scorny.